thanks. So I'm going to try to compress two things into the time we have. I gave a talk, I think it was in early June at the ClueCon Weekly, and I tried to do 3 or 4 things in the time we had, and it didn't work out. So I'm going to take one item from there, and then we'll talk about Collab as well. So does everyone know who CounterPath is? Does anyone use Xlite, Bria, our clients? Okay, probably. So we're a telecommunications company, a software provider. We have a lot of different kinds of customers. You got people who go to our website could be our customers. People who buy our apps in the App Store could be our customers. But then we also sell through the channel, and we also sell direct to enterprise, and we sell direct to carriers. People probably know Xlite and Bria, but what they don't know is that there are more CounterPath clients that aren't called Xlite or Bria that don't have a CounterPath name on them, because most of our customers brand our clients for themselves and for their services that they offer to their users. We also sell a set of developer tools. It's essentially SDKs for iOS, Android, Mac, and Windows. So if you're looking to do your own client, but you're looking for an engine to build it on, you can use our SDKs. And then the third category is this thing we call the Stretto platform. That's what I've been doing for quite a while. It's a set of server products. We're not providing primary voice at all. That's not really the mission. What we're trying to do is knock down operational challenges that people have in deploying clients, managing them, running them, and then also add features. So one that we'll talk about today is Collab, but other ones are like XMPP, messaging, SMS, other features like that. So I'm based in Boston, the great introduction said. I work at CounterPath. I do quite a few things there. I also teach a IP telephony class at Northeastern. If you're ever interested in doing a guest lecture, this is my advertisement for that. Every semester I'm looking for at least 1 or 2 people to come in and talk about something interesting that master's students who are pursuing a degree in telecommunication systems, which is sort of like they want to grow up and work for the phone company, which is interesting, would be interested. So if you want to do that, drop me a line, and that would be great. The FreeSWITCH team talked last fall, and that was really, really cool. Okay, so before I get into anything else, so I like coming to conferences, I like meeting people, and this week in particular, I'm looking to meet people who are doing video, interested in video quality, making it better, maybe interested in interop with Bria and our clients. We've spent a lot of time with the FreeSWITCH team making video better with them for what we're doing. So if you're interested in that, let me know. Also, if you're interested in messaging, but whether it's SMS or XMPP, and particularly how that's being presented to users, because I think a lot of people have APIs for it, and that's great. But I think maybe some of the pieces that get missed are how are you presenting it to users? How do users interact with it? How do they use it from a day-to-day point of view for kind of user-to-user communication? Okay. So that talk that I gave in June talked about push for mobile clients, talked about this capability called client trace, and also user experience metrics. So I'm not going to talk about those today, but if you're interested, go dial that up on YouTube. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to talk about is something we call Help Desk Assistant. And a lot of our customers have IT teams, operations teams, and they want to help their end users solve problems that they have in the field. You can always open a trouble ticket, kind of write down what problem you're having. I had a one-way audio call Thursday at 2 o'clock. And that's okay. You can ask customers to collect Wireshark traces. Sometimes they can do that. Most of the time they can't. Makes it a little bit hard. So we developed this platform for part of Stretto, part of the clients as well, called Help Desk Assistant, that lets an end user click a button in their Bria client, or one of our customer clients, actually. And then it opens a WebSocket up to Stretto. And at that point, Stretto can, the operator can take over that person's client, make phone calls, look at logs, cause it to send diagnostics. So I won't talk about it too much, but I'm going to jump into a demo here. Let me get that set up. Okay. All right, sorry, the resolution's a little wonky. Okay. Great. All right. So this is my Bria client. And one of the options I have is to go into this help desk assistant mode. So I'll hit connect, and I get a code. In the Stretto platform, you can jump into help desk assistant and say connect to client. So this is what an operations person would be doing. So you type SNG LEB. So there's no, I always like to say there's no NSA feature here. There's no way to tunnel into the client. The client tunnels out to Stretto. And you need that code to be able to connect. So once I connect, we're connected. It says I'm connected. The user can do other things with the phone, and we're still connected. All we can do, the first thing I always do is do this snapshot basic. Maybe I should bump the font up here. Sorry. How's that? Is that almost readable? Great. So you can see what version of the client I'm running, the features I have enabled. You can see things about my SIP account. So you can see that's my extension in CounterPath. It's 200 OK, so it's registered. You see my dial plan information, my XMPP information. We can also provide information about the network interfaces, the last call information. You can do kind of nice things like, where's call log? Sorry. Call log. So these are all the calls I've made recently with the clients. You kind of get a history of that. So I'll put the phone up here so you know I'm not touching it. But I can also call things like 7500. Oops. Call audio 7500. So you can kind of take remote control over the client, place calls, receive calls. There's a call answer command, but call terminate. Oh, and if I put that in. Right, so anyway. So call terminate will hang up the call for us. You can also do call video and other things like that. What's really nice though is that if a user's having some kind of call quality issue, you can look up the call quality for the active call or for their most recent call. So you get about 70 stats, including MOS score, packet loss, delay, jitter, all that. Great. Okay. So that's help desk assistant. Jump back in. Okay. So the next thing I want to talk about collaboration. So a few people have shown some FreeSWITCH based or collaboration systems that built off FreeSWITCH, and we think that's great. And we did something like that too. We actually built a collaboration platform for one of our OEM customers that used their MRF. But we also thought that we wanted to have our own, or have something that we could bring to all of our other customers, particularly in the enterprise space. So what we did is we focused quite a bit on the user experience and also on giving hosts of bridges control over the conference. But flipping back to experience, the real thing that we found that we potentially had an advantage of was that we're integrating collaboration into the clients that our customers use every day. So if you use Bria, there's not a separate app to use to use the collaboration experience. It's built right in. All your friends, all your buddies, all your coworkers have an account there, and you can invite them into collaboration. And you can escalate communication from an instant message to a, hey, can we talk? And you might talk one-to-one. You could bring them into a screen share, and then you can bring them into a full collaboration and pull in more people and manage it that way. So this is our desktop client, or the marketing did a nice picture for me. The marketing view of our desktop client. I'm going to do a demo, so I won't spend too much time on this, other than say, the host has a lot of capabilities. They can record the call. They can put the call on hold. They can change the resolution of the call. They can set the video floor, so you can make someone the presenter. They can change the layout dynamically, and then they can do things like mute lock and lock the bridge down so no one else can join. There's also a chat. There's also the screen share capability within the client. So that's what desktop looks like. This is what the iPhone client looks like when I'm just in by myself, when I was at our office on Monday, just trying to get some screenshots. But when you're on the mobile client, you have that same set of host controls. So we wanted to make sure it was important that no matter how you as a moderator or host of a bridge joined, you were able to have those same kind of controls. You can also look at participants, and you can give participants the floor. You can make participants a presenter. You can privately message them. Again, all within the same client. So just a quick screenshot I do with Derek. This is a screenshot of on mobile. You can obviously participate in the screen share as well. You can see the screen share, and you can flip back and forth between looking at people's video, which is always awkward, or being in the screen share. We also have a web interface using Verto and WebRTC, so that people can be, fairly full-blown participants of the conference as well. To take a minute to look at the architecture. This collaboration is just a module of our Stretto platform that customers can add on to what they're already doing with Stretto. We use Redis as sort of really a communications protocol between as many free switches that you need to handle the offered load of all the end users. And we built a little, I don't know what you want to call it, but a little manager for FreeSWITCH that uses ESL and then sits and communicates with Redis. So it puts events into Redis from conferences. So someone joined, someone left, someone went on mute, someone went off mute, energy, things like that. And then Stretto Collab also puts events in Redis, things like SIP credentials or capabilities, or that Jim should join this backend conference. Jim shouldn't join someone else's backend conference. So that's just a bit of the architecture as well. Oh, I did a build. Yeah, I don't like build slides. I don't know why this one's a build. Sorry. The things we learned while doing this, we've been doing this for a little while. We tend to take our time when we do things and make sure that it works well and it meets our objectives. We really focused on video quality to the point where when I don't carry around one of these things, it's kind of annoying, and people will get annoyed at me when I'm only showing up in 720, things like that. So we spent a lot of time on video and had a really good relationship with the FreeSWITCH team, going back and forth, and we made lots of tweaks. They made some tweaks to really improve things. It's been really, really good. We also figured out that for doing this kind of service, we should leverage cloud computing where it makes sense. And for us right now, it makes sense for us to have a base of not cloud servers that control the service and that provide a baseline capacity. But then when we have busy times, we're able to spin up instances of FreeSWITCH running on Debian in GCP, or it doesn't really matter, although we like GCP, to handle more load, or also to cover geographically, right? So we have a lot of customers around the world, lately a lot in Australia and New Zealand, so we can spin up instances in those regions to cover calls in those regions. And so there's this, high watermark of capacity that you can handle, but you can also make the Collab bridge local to the users, and you can follow the sun or follow the business day, spinning up instances as you need them, and as you use up the capacity in those regions. And for us, the one thing that we figured out was that I think there are a lot of video collaboration platforms out there. But the one thing that most of them don't do is they don't tie in with people's day-to-day business. So I get invited to WebEx, I get invited to Zoom, I get invited to Skype for Business or Link or Team, whatever Microsoft's calling it. The thing for me is that it's not in my day-to-day communications. It's not what I carry on my iPhone or my Android or my tablet or my Mac. And by putting that Collab experience into the client that people use, it's really helped the experience. Okay, let me see. Great. Okay, so I'm going to try for a quick Collab demo. There should be some folks online. All right. So this is one of my Bria clients. I've got users here, and this is just a test system to show this off. But if I click on Jamie, I could join his collab, but he's actually planning on joining mine. So I can start a conference. I could also start screen share with people. I could call people from right here, but we'll just jump into a conference. Okay, make this big. Hey guys. Let's see who's here. Hey, how are you? Hey Derek, only you so far? Let me turn on video. Okay. Yeah, so I didn't tell you guys you'd be part of the demo. How are you, Derek?
Oh, just spectacular.
Okay, great.
This might work if you want to hold that to the speaker.
Okay. Is it on? Yeah. Try that again, Derek.
Testing 1, 2, 3, 4.
Not really? It's okay. Anyway, so while Derek and I are talking, I can go and get Jamie. So if I just type Jamie, he pops up here. It's because he's part of my XMPP roster, and we have his contact information. So Jamie just got an instant message from me inviting him to the conference, so he should pop in. Derek, could you message Miles? Just make sure he joins as well. Great. So this is a grid, fairly interesting. One of the things I like about what we do is we can change the layout. Thanks, Jamie, for joining. So this is a focused view. We also do sort of a ribbon view, kind of looks like Skype for Business. And then we can do a town hall view where it's only one person. Then I can even lock the floor to Jamie, make it really awkward, but I can unlock the floor from him as well.
Hi, Jim.
Hey, Jamie, how are you? Good.
Good.
Yeah.
I want you to know we've been working really hard on your way to ClueCon.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And despite what you have heard, we have not subcontracted to Muppet Labs.
Thanks. So I'm going to make Derek presenter, so Derek can share one of his screens with us as well. That's my quality not very good here. Okay. So Derek's starting his screen share. You can see we do like sort of a picture-in-picture kind of thing while his screen share starts. And then you can flip them. Well, let me get rid of the participant list. So you can flip them back and forth as well. So you can bring the presentation large, or you can just hide them as well. Right? I can hide video and just go full screen on one. What else? I forget what else I should talk about. Oh, I should talk about recording. So one of the nice features we did is we give the host the option to auto-record conferences, or you can do it on demand. And then, so the server is doing recording, and we push that off to your Dropbox. So you just get these MP4 files in your Dropbox, and you've got a recording of all your sessions. But I think that's it. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you being on and looking 1080p nice video. It's always nice when everyone has good connections. So thanks.
Thanks. You guys are looking great here.
Yeah, thanks. Okay. All right. We'll talk to you soon, guys. Thanks.
Thanks, you. Bye.
Bye. All right. Okay. So we flip back here. Yeah, so I was actually hoping that everyone would have a slide like this that would talk about sort of what you're doing with the FreeSWITCH team and how you work with them. So we're FSA customers. I assume that means that we're SignalWire customers. Brent hasn't told me yet, but I assume that just carries over. We focused a lot on video and video quality. Hopefully we've made it better for everyone. We've certainly made it better for Bria and our other clients. We use ESL a lot, and we got a lot of questions there. For us, and if you're not this isn't an ad, Brian's not paying me to do this, but if you're not a SignalWire enterprise customer, whatever it's supposed to be called now, you should consider it. It's helped us go a lot quicker, helped us collaborate with them a lot more. So it's been a really good experience. Yeah, I think that's probably it for that. And this is my public service announcement. If you're doing video, there's kind of a running joke, which everyone on the FreeSWITCH team always asks, did you compile it, or did you install from packages? And that's the point where I say, I'm not a developer, right? I'm a deployment person. I do architecture. I do stuff like that. But even our developers, we just always build from packages. Sadly, one of the things we missed for quite a while we were kind of battling video quality and making it better and better was the non-free packages on Debian. So public service announcement. If you're doing video, go install the non-free packages. It will kind of chunk the bar up on the video quality. And that's all I had. Thanks. Does anyone have any questions? No? Maybe.
We have any questions for Jim?
Sorry?
So do we have any questions for Jim?
That's when I got it in 99. Yeah. And now it's kind of dinged up. I tried to take a newer picture of it, and it's kind of dinged up. Yeah, thanks.
We have a question in the back. Go ahead.
Sure. Yeah, it's a class at so there's a university in Boston called Northeastern. It's not Northwestern. It's the other one. There's a telecommunications systems management, although now it's called telecommunication networks program. It's a master's program, and there I teach a class called IP telephony. It's a bit more than, I guess, SIP or 323 or IMS, and it kind of really talks about unified communications and different technologies. My goal really there, it's sort of a side thing for me, is to get students introduced to IP telephony and make sure they understand, what this community is doing and what's capable. Whether they want to go work for Cisco or they want to go do something else. Over time, a lot of these students tend more towards networking, and switching and routing and things like that. But a bunch of those students have, after being in the class, decided that they wanted to do something in IP telephony, which is really the reward for me. But yeah, if anyone wants to show off your stuff there or talk about what you're doing, I like to have 1 or 2 guest lectures for, a portion of a class. Would be great. It's in the School of Engineering, but the Graduate School of Engineering, and they have this. Northeastern has a lot of very specific programs, and this one particular program is focused on telecom and networks. Yeah. Okay. Thanks very much. Thanks, Travis.
Wonderful. Big round of applause for Jim O'Brien.